Hello everybody and welcome back to the podcasts. My name is John. I'm a resident of Saha and obviously a member of the T4R scrutiny panel. We're going to be continuing today with our theme of money matters. If you didn't listen to our last podcast, then I would recommend you go do that as well. But at the moment, I'm here with Mary and David. I'll let them introduce themselves and we'll carry on with the show. So, Mary.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks there, John. Looking forward to this episode. It's Mary here from the Customer Insight team, as usual.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Mary. Hello, John. Welcome, everybody, back to our podcast. My name is David. I'm a Saha resident, and like John, I'm a member of the T4R scrutiny panel. We're going to be continuing, as John's already mentioned, money matters. And I believe, Mary, you have something to tell us.
Yeah, I do. We're very, very lucky today to have Lorraine Cook with us from the Salvation Army, and she deals with financial inclusion matters. And in a moment, I will, ask her to introduce herself and hopefully give us some details on the work that she's developing. It kind of came about, I think. All three of us were talking, weren't we, after our last episode, when Emma joined us and gave us the information about how the rent department in Saha can help and give advice. And I think the three of us felt that it would be useful for us to carry on discussing what other help and support is out there. So, over to you, Lorraine.
My name's Lorraine Cook. I am the Financial Inclusion Development Manager for the Salvation Army.
Fantastic. Hello, Lorraine. David here. Because I can't actually see you at the moment because you're miles away, but there we are. Anyway, Lorraine, tell us about your role within Salvation Army.
As I said, I head up the financial inclusion work of the Salvation Army, which sounds a really fancy title. And what does that mean in essence? Well, I'm responsible for the Salvation Army's debt advice service across the territory, and I'm also responsible for developing other budgeting courses that can be used within our organisation to help people that would like to be able to manage their finances better, or those people that are burdened with debt that would like to work with one of our advice centres to find a way out of debt.
Well, that's fantastic. I think Mary's got a question for you.
Yeah, I have actually. Hi, Lorraine, it's Mary here. I just wondered if you could tell us a little bit about your relationship with Saha and how that works.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's a relationship, dare I say, that we would more like to grow in partnership with working with Saha. As I said, heading up the debt advice centres, we have a number of centres around the country, and some of your residents would come to us to get debt advice. Obviously, with people wanting to move on into sustainable living, they might be burdened with debt. So coming to our centres, getting that support, I feel that the relationship is a relationship of partnership where we work together to help people move on in their lives.
Thanks, Lorraine. I mean, it actually sounds like a really exciting project. Is this a fairly new project?
In some areas of the country, we've started to work with your centres for a while and tried to build that relationship. The actual debt advice centre has been running from THQ for the last 7 years.
Oh, okay.
So for quite some time, and we did start our first debt advice centre at local Dunstable in Bedfordshire some 13 years ago. Ironically, back at the last banking crisis, when we saw more people into our centres burdened with debt. And obviously they'd come in for food parcels, and that's wonderful, and be supported in that way with food parcels, top up of gas and electricity, but that was almost like a revolving door. It wasn't helping deal with the root cause, which was the debt. and help people find an option to get out of debt.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure, I think David and John later on have got a few more questions in depth to ask you. So thank you very much anyway, and I'll hand you back over to David.
Yeah, thanks, Mary. Lorraine, so would it be fair of me to say then that the main aim of your role really is to give advice to people regarding debt, or do you just point people in the direction to somebody that can give advice?
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting question, David, in as much as, yes, from a very sort of business point of view, we could say it is to guide people, to help people find a route out of debt, to find an option. But we must remember we're a Christian organisation. So from my perspective, it's helping people be free from that burden of debt and to build the link between our programmes, which are run, and the church, because we can't do this on our own. We can help people and guide people, advise people. We can negotiate with creditors on their behalf, negotiate with insolvency agencies on the behalf of the client. But we want to give life in all its fullness. So that bridge between our programme and our church is important for us, and why the Salvation Army is involved in this work.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So, I mean, I was going to ask you, what you can offer, but I think you've actually answered that question now quite nicely. Thank you. So I think John's got a couple of questions for you.
Yeah, actually, as you're speaking there, I was just becoming to think, with the people that you actually help out and whatever, how do you find these people? As in, do they come to you, or are they passed on to you from other agencies? And yeah, that's my question.
Yeah, a mixture of both, really. Now, obviously, as I said, we've got a number of centres around the country, around the territory, working within Salvation Army centres. So if people are aware of those centres within their local community, they would contact that centre, and our coordinators would be linked in, working in partnership with other organisations within the community. So that's one way people can approach us. We also are linked into other departments. We work very closely with the DWP and a number of other agencies such as them. But should someone just want to speak to someone in confidence, not sure where to turn at the moment because they feel so burdened with debt, they can either call us on our telephone number, which is 0777 489 4624, or even email us at THQDAS for DAS, that stands for, at salvationarmy.org.uk. And whilst we've only got, at the moment, we have 22 centres around the country, the service is open for anyone. We have a remote service that's available, so we might not be able to meet someone face to face, but due to the pandemic, we've developed our service so we can offer a remote service that people can call in on and speak to a trained advisor. And I would like to mention that our advisors are all trained. We are regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority. So you will be getting professional advice to help you find the best option for the individual.
Thank you, Lorraine. Just to add that we will add the phone numbers and email addresses, etc., on the actual YouTube page, probably, and obviously on the Zaha page. Yeah, is there anything else you want to say before we wrap things up, Lorraine?
I think the main thing I'd like to add, John, is that if any of your listeners are burdened with the debt at the moment, don't know where to turn, who to speak to, then please contact us. Debt can break up relationships. Debt can cripple people and affect them with their well-being. we can help you find a route out of debt. It will all be in confidence with sharing with us, but please contact us so we can help you to start the new chapter in moving forward in your life.
Yeah, that couldn't be better said. Okay, thank you, Lorraine. We're just going to go back over to Mary, David. Anything in addition you want to ask?
I'd just like to thank Lorraine very much. It's very clear. I'm sort of wishing that we'd known about this 7 years ago. But I'm really pleased that we're kind of tapping in now, and I hope that Saha can develop the partnership working and work further on this with our parent company, Salvation Army. So look forward to that. But yeah, no other questions for Lorraine, actually. David, over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Mary. Again, Lorraine, thank you ever so much. It's wonderful. We've got actually another tool to help people if they are finding themselves burdened with debt. So I think it's absolutely wonderful. And as Mary said, it would be nice if we knew about it some long time ago, but we know it now, so fantastic. But no questions from me, Lorraine. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
Okay, well, we seem to be at the end of the podcast now. We'll be back again, I'd say in about a week's time, with another fun-filled, exciting episode. Until then, it's goodbye from me.
Yeah, it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me. See you all next time.
Okay, bye, Lorraine.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.